welcome to Lesson 4, Topic 3, Types of Special Occasion Speeches. By the end of this topic, you should be able to understand the different types of special occasion speeches and identify the different structures and guidelines across types of special occasion speeches. Unlike informative or persuasive speeches, special occasion speeches are more flexible and can be used for many different events, topics, and speaking styles. Because you will probably give several of these speeches in your life, it is important to understand the different types and how they work. We will introduce to you 5 types of special occasion speeches in this topic. First is the speeches of introduction. In this speech, it introduces the main speaker to the audience. It has a clear introduction, body, and conclusion. For the introduction, you will need the hook. In your hook, you should build enthusiasm for the upcoming speaker. Some questions that you may think about are: you need to find something that can grab the audience's attention and make them excited about hearing the main speaker. In the body, you should build enthusiasm for the speaker's topic. First, you need to tell your audience in general terms about the topic of the speech. Second, establish a welcoming climate that will boost the speaker's credibility. How do you do this? Tell the audience why the speaker is credible to present on the topic. What makes the speaker qualified to talk about this topic? And finally, the conclusion. This is where you welcome the speaker to the platform. Mention the speaker's name and invite him or her on stage. Some reminders: do try to be brief, as the focus should be on the main speaker, not the person making the introduction. Second, your remarks have to be accurate. Make sure you get the speaker's name right and check with the speaker ahead of time about the introduction. Third, adapt remarks to the main speaker. Don't overpraise the speaker. Also, don't reveal any embarrassing details of the speaker's personal life. And fourth, adapt remarks to the occasion. Formal occasions require formal speeches of introduction. Informal business meeting, try to be more casual. Fifth, adapt remarks to audience. Here, the aim is to make the audience to want to hear the speaker on this subject. So, you need to establish the credibility of the speaker. Lastly, create anticipation and drama. Try to avoid mentioning the speaker's name until the final moment. Also, be creative and cast the speaker in a new light. Learn something interesting about the speaker that is not generally known. The second type of speech is speeches of presentation. This type of speech presents someone a gift, an award, or some other form of public recognition. The main purpose is to explain to the audience why the person is being honored. To do this, you need to highlight the recipient's key achievement or contribution related to the award. Try to focus on what makes these accomplishments special, and to make sure that the audience understand and appreciate them. Key reminders when preparing for a presentation speech. Start by mentioning the occasion briefly. Remind the audience why they are gathering today. And then, explain the purpose of the award and highlight that the award represents genuine appreciation for the recipient's contribution and the high respect they have earned. Later, pay tribute to the recipient by describing their hard work, dedication, and sacrifices. Be sure to add clear examples to show why they truly deserve the award. When you are presenting the award, Hold the award so the audience can see it clearly. Then, invite the recipient to come forward. Keep your remarks short and focused, and address the recipient by name. In summary, in presentation speeches, remember to do your opening by greeting the audience and setting the tone for the occasion. Second is the purpose of the event. Explain why the event is being held. Third, the selection process. Add transparency and highlight the difficulty of choosing the winner. Number 4, highlight achievements. Justify the award by showcasing key contributions and dedication. Lastly, announce the winner. Formally recognize and celebrate the recipient. Our third type of speeches is speeches of acceptance. This speech gives thanks for a gift, an award, or some other form of public recognition. There are 3 ingredients that every acceptance speech should include. First, gratitude. Always remember to thank the 1 or 2 people who were most important in helping you achieve your goal. If more than 2 people, avoid listing everyone by name. Listing too many names can quickly lose the audience's interests. Second is recognition. Be sure to acknowledge the organization presenting the award. Briefly explain what the organization does and why its work matters to you personally. Express your gratitude sincerely, but keep your tone respectful and confident. Third is sincerity. The best way to thank an audience or organization is with a sincere and simple expression of gratitude. So avoid over-the-top praises. But don't hesitate to briefly share your genuine appreciation for the award. Use your own natural speaking style to express how honored you feel to be recognized. In summary, your speeches of acceptance should include, first, the opening. You will need to formally acknowledge and show respect to the audience and hosts. Second, recognition of the occasion. Remember to highlight the reason why you are giving your speech. Third is to acknowledge the award. Show gratitude and emphasize that the honor reflects the shared struggle and achievement of a nation and its people. Fourth is personal reflection. Express personal emotions, pride, and historical significance of the moment. 5. Shared values or messages. This reinforces the shared ideals between nations like equality, peace, partnership, and links to a broader purpose. And lastly, your closing. Try to conclude the speech respectfully and with gratitude. Our fourth type of speeches is the toast. The tradition of giving a toast actually began with the ancient Romans. They used to roast bread until it was very hard, then drop it into wine barrels to soak up the sediments. Over time, the word toast came to mean not just the bread in the wine, but also the drink itself, and eventually, the person being honored by the drink. That is how we got the expression, the toast of the town, which means someone who is admired or celebrated. And today, toasts are given at many different events. As traditions have changed, a toast no longer has to involve alcohol, so it is perfectly fine to use other beverages to raise a toast. A toast is a short speech that celebrates a special person or occasion. It usually includes kind words, best wishes, or positive hopes for the future. A toast can be serious, funny, emotional, or even poetic, depending on the speaker's style. So you actually might already know simpler toasts like cheers or here's to you, which are common and easy to say. A good toast is often tailored to the person being honored or the special occasion. It usually includes a personal story, a warm message, and sometimes a thoughtful or relevant quote to make it more memorable. The simple structure of a toast include the introduction, which has the hook, or jokes, or what are you going to share about? The body, which introduces who you are, reasons of celebrations, and shared memories. Lastly, to conclude, you thank your host and good wishes. Some reminders: try to match the tone and language to the occasion. If it is a formal event, keep it respectful with just a touch of appropriate humor. If it's an informal gathering, you can be more relaxed and cheerful. Try to speak from your heart. Be respectful and avoid saying anything that might embarrass anyone. And use your voice expressively, just like any other speeches, to keep your toast engaging. Lastly is our fifth type of speeches, which is the farewell speech. A farewell speech gives someone the chance to say goodbye to one chapter of their life as they prepare to begin a new one. This could happen when leaving a job, graduating from school, or moving to a new place. Farewell speeches are often shared during important life transitions to reflect on the past and express hope or gratitude for what is ahead. So, the goal should be to thank the people in your current position and let them know of how much you appreciate them as you make the move to your next position in life. This type of speech also includes the structure of introduction, the body, and the conclusion. In your introduction, you will need to greet the audience and express the meaning of the occasion. Try to use inclusive and respectful greetings. Set the emotional tone early on, and briefly state the purpose of the speech. Next, in your body, you should show appreciation and reflect on meaningful relationships and experiences. For example, if you're saying goodbye to your school friends and principals and teachers, you should show appreciation to these people by appreciating their roles beyond academics, and also try to use metaphors or imagery. Also, include shared experiences and acknowledge that they are both happy and difficult times. Also, don't forget to highlight emotional and moral support. Emphasize unconditional encouragement that you received from them. Then, focus on personal growth and lessons learned. In your conclusion, you should close the speech on a hopeful and heartfelt note. You can use symbolic language or closing phrases. For example, here's to new paths, exciting opportunities, and a future full of hope and promises. These will definitely leave a lasting emotional impression. In summary, your farewell speech should include an introduction, which is your greeting, introducing the occasion, and try to include emotional tone. For your body, don't forget to include your thanks to the many people who have attributed to your success and shared experiences. Also, add on the reflections of how you grow, the memories you have gathered, and your appreciation of having them in your life. And lastly, conclude it with a warm farewell, a hopeful future, and the final message to the audience. Special occasion speeches come in many forms, like introduction, toasts, presentation award, acceptances, or farewells, and each one is unique. In summary, special occasion speeches share a clear structure, fitting tone, and heartfelt language. They reflect the moment's meaning and are delivered with sincerity. Above all, they speak with purpose and heart. And that is the end of Lesson 4, Topic 3. If you have any questions regarding the topic, do post your questions in the comment section below. You will also find a question at the bottom of the page. Also, answer them in the comment section too. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.